I'm not a millionaire. I thought I would be by the time I was 30, but I wasn't even close. And then I thought maybe by the time I was 40, but by 40 I had less money than when I was 30. Maybe by my 50s, I don't know.
There are a lot of reasons why people don't save enough money. While it is true to say you're either not earning enough or you're spending too much, that isn't exactly helpful, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Not really.
And there's a lot of information out there which can quickly overcomplicate things for people. So let's slow down and take a dive a little deeper and have a look at 5 reasons why most people simply aren't saving enough. One reason is that people are simply unaware of how much they need to save. A second classic reason is that you're not recording your income and expenses and keeping a proper budget, so you just don't have a way of tracking your finances. Another reason is that people are finding themselves subject to too much debt, and that debt is coming with a high interest rate, which is affecting their ability to save. There are also a lot of expenses that we flat out forget we're incurring. And then finally is good old-fashioned consumerism. And there are a number of studies that we can look to illustrate that most people just don't know how much they should be saving, let alone whether they are in fact saving enough. Studies show that 81% of Americans don't know how much they need to retire, as well as 65% not even knowing how much they spent last month. And these statistics are even more concerning when you speak to younger audiences.
I understand nothing.
One reason contributing to this problem is that money is the main source of stress for a lot of people, and humans are painfully good at ignoring or avoiding these known problems.
Whatever you call it, I am running away from my responsibilities. It feels good.
People's sense of self, security, and worth are often closely tied to their financial circumstances.
Honestly, I think I sabotage myself. It's like I'm afraid of being happy.
The reality is a lot of people are just ignorant of their savings needs.
Monkey problems? No, I'm not having monkey problems. Why would I have monkey problems?
And maybe you're sitting there thinking, I don't know what to do next.
My mind is going a mile a minute.
Well, if nothing else, just go to Vanguard's or Forbes' website and make use of their retirement income calculators as a starting point to see where you stand. Links in the description. So when it comes to saving money, planning is critical. Saving money is a lot easier when you know how much you can actually afford to spend.
So, hit me. How much do I have to cut back?
And there are a lot of ways to do a budget, and you should develop something that's unique to you which suits your style, though there are plenty of apps which can make this easier for you. However, the fundamentals, they are the same for everyone. You need to ensure that you're recording your income, anticipating your expenses, recording those expenses, and then reviewing this information. And there are additional considerations out there for sure. People love to talk about pay yourself, but personally I don't think that this is the most valuable place to start. The first and most valuable step is to record your cash flows and gather this information for you to consider. It is amazing how much money we can all spend on all sorts of things if we don't track it. If there is one thing hurting a lot of people's savings that is going to become more problematic going forward, it's debt.
If you really knew anything about me, you would have said crushing debt.
The average American now has over $150,000 in debt, and the Federal Reserve has already signaled upcoming raises of the federal interest rate, which means a lot of this debt is about to become more expensive.
Can you say that again?
The wonders of compounding go both ways. Compounding can do wonderful things for your investments, but on the flip side, it can do a lot of damage to your bottom line when interest on debt compounds. But before you overreact,
I declare bankruptcy!
let me share one thing with you. Not all debt is an immediate concern. If the only debt you have is for business or property and you're not over leveraged, then you're probably fine. However, as the US citizen on average has over $6,000 in credit card debt, there is a significant concern given that these debts attract a generally high interest rate. So if you want to make life a lot easier for yourself, pay down these bad debts first.
It's payback time.
Onto the cheekiest reason why people don't save enough money. Because they spend it without even realizing. More and more companies are building their profit model on subscription services, and part of the reason for this is really simple. They know a lot of people will forget about these costs.
And the hits just keep on coming.
Depending on what study you go with, up to 2/3 of these memberships go unused. Lots of people I speak to have multiple streaming services, and people aren't checking enough of these costs, which really do eat up into the bottom line. We all need to do ourselves the favour of stopping and reviewing these ongoing expenses periodically to make sure we're actually still enjoying them. After all, there is nothing wrong with a gym membership. It's actually a really good investment in yourself and your health and your well-being. But if you're not going to the gym, there's no point paying for it. I don't want to preach unfairly here because I get it. I like things too. I have no intention to carry on at that extreme frugality because honestly, it's not really for me anymore. I enjoy eating out, I enjoy owning nice things, but I do it all well within my means. But it is absolutely true that we live in an age of consumerism, and a lot of people spend money in bad ways.
Right. We are consumers. We are byproducts of a lifestyle obsession. The things you own end up owning you.
The truth is, people spend too much. They spend money they don't have on things they don't need. This might not be you, but, well, it might also be you.
Oh, my first impression is that you have a debilitating spending problem.
There is nothing wrong with this per se. Nice things are nice. But it's important to recognise when spending money actually brings us happiness and when it doesn't. It is devastating how often people spend money thinking it will make them happy when the truth is, it's probably just adding to their unhappiness.
Never buy a fur coat with a credit card until you absolutely have the money to pay for it.
I'm happy this went terribly. We do have to go now, so please excuse us.
Thank you for watching to the end, guys. Like, subscribe, and comment below.